My name is Ioanna Leonidou.
I'm Panayotis.
I'm Darren.
I'm Iliada.
I'm Adelina.
I'm Yuria.
I'm Leah.
I'm Nissan from UWC
Mostar.
UWC Maastricht in Netherlands.
In Germany.
In Bosnia-Herzegovina.
And I'm a second year.
My UWC is situated in Freiburg, makes it a very special UWC because it has the Black Forest firstly, and it has the Dreisem River, and it's very integrated into nature. Also, its location is close to the borders of Switzerland and France, and it makes it a very culturally diverse and interesting city.
The most important part of my UWC that makes it so special is not a campus, it's open in the city, so we get to meet like outside people and get to know the city, go around.
When we were first introduced to UWC, it was the chair of the committee that came to our school.
I really wanted a change that would open more doors like for my future.
Because I was looking for change personally and to create change around me.
The International Baccalaureate would give me the opportunity to be able to complete my studies abroad.
UWC has a mission to bring people from different communities under one roof.
You get to meet new people from different countries and you get to be in an international environment.
I like the diversity because when you're discussing something, you just realize that different people from different places have different ideas, different backgrounds.
I think that's a very UWC thing. Yeah. Everyone coming from different backgrounds and ethnicities and I guess knowledge backgrounds.
You're always gonna find someone that has the same subjects that you or wants to study together. I think there's like this team spirit. That's something that actually helped me personally to like study more.
And also, you always have someone to work with. So like, if I'm having a hard time in something, I can always ask someone, and everyone always gives their insight. Also in debates, like everyone's very comfortable with their own opinion and their own ideas, and it's very interesting for people to be comfortable to share.
Before going to UWC and after going, the thing that I appreciate the most is how much more confident I feel about where I want to be in life.
We have a very strong support system there. We have the counselor, we also have a psychologist there that also helps you whenever you want to have a meeting with her. She's always available. And we also have the psychology teacher that is always available whenever you meet her. We also have peer supporters, and we also have your friends, your roommates. They're always there for you.
You can really tease around with your friends and so on, but at the same time, you have those deep discussions, and it's really comfortable because you live with a person. You know their boundaries and what they're comfortable with, what they're not comfortable with, and I think friendships develop also a lot easier.
The reason that I'm so connected with my friends is that we're having same challenges, that same feeling, so we can understand each other.
What's unique about friendships at UWC is that you have the opportunity to get to know your friends in a whole different way. You live with your friends. You also get to be there for them anytime they need, which is an important support system.
The academic level is very difficult, but it's very manageable as well if you get to know like how to manage your time.
We all had to adapt to this new way of studying. We all had to communicate more with teachers and like other students. Like you get the opportunity to like get to know other subjects that you couldn't take if you would study in here.
One interdisciplinary course I have is ESS. It's Environmental Systems and Societies. It's based on the climate crisis, like again politics and natural issues. I think that's very interesting in the humanities section.
It makes you very globally aware as a subject about climate especially and the environmental crisis we're facing.
Yeah.
I think that for us, it's interesting to hear stuff about human sciences because generally in Cyprus I feel like we don't have that much human science classes and other stuff, and so hearing and learning about them is so interesting.
Yeah, one of my subjects is anthropology. It's really interesting because you get to approach different social issues and in a more anthropological way, and you focus on individuality.
My favorite class is Mostar Rock School. Mostar Rock School is an institution by itself. It's basically classes on your instrument that you might be already playing or you can start.
You end up liking the most unexpected clubs. For me, I joined MUN, which is a debate cast at the beginning, and I was like, oh, it's kind of boring, not gonna lie. And now I'm leading it, so that turned out well.
I think my favorite cast in UWC Adriatic is the animal shelter, but behold, there are no cats or dogs in the shelter. The shelter is actually filled with imported or mistreated animals from all around the world. We have camels, llamas, foxes, exotic birds, rabbits, chinchillas, flamingos. Yeah, like it's actually like a zoo.
We have the opportunity to get close to our teachers and be their friends apart from their students. And they also take very good care of us in the residence. For example, when we had the lockdown, teachers would come and bring us maybe snacks, like for a present, or now we have a program where teachers can come in the afternoon and maybe they host a movie night, maybe they host a crafting workshop, maybe they host tutoring.
One of my favorite things about the teachers in UWC Mostar is that, well, they do expect a lot from you, and you're gonna find a lot of teachers having very high expectations, which is reasonable since many of them actually do help you reach those expectations.
It's quite the opposite in UWC Mostar in that there's a lot more emphasis on independence, and the teachers aren't really that involved in the residential life. It's mostly residential stuff that's involved. And for example, during lessons, the teacher might tell us to study by ourselves a topic, and they will go around and see if we're using right resources or if they can help us. And I think that's also really helpful in that we study a lot of the material ourselves, and that helps us also a lot to bond with others because we form our own study groups, and it's very nice.
I feel like one of the most important parts that living with roommates teaches you is how to communicate, because there's a lot of people who are never had to share their space with someone. So communicating and learning how to compromise with your preferences and also your roommate's preferences is a very important part.
You have to really learn how to deal with, for example, not having that much privacy or not having that much space, and that really teaches you also how to organize yourself, because you're forced to put all your things in not that much space, but also fit in space for studying or sleeping.
We get the chance to bond so much that they end up being the people that you find comfort in. For example, me and my roommates, whenever we have an issue or we're stressed, we always have a nice conversation, and afterwards I just feel so much better. And it's just nice to know that you have a presence within your own room that you can rely on.
I think with how I changed and how I grew, I think I became stronger in that because you don't have your usual support system, your friends and family which you grew up with. You really learn how to not just find the support of new friends, but also rely on yourself.
I personally wasn't homesick, like at least not too much. Like there were days that I was like, oh, I kind of wish I was in Cyprus right now. But when I came back a few days ago, I actually realized like, oh, I missed this place. Like it's actually nice to be back. And at the same time though, when you're back, at least me, I kind of miss Mostar too. The life there, the people there. So it's kind of funny how every time you change, you miss the other place. So it's, yeah, kind of contradictory.
You really learn to appreciate more the things that make your home, whether it's your family or your friends or your country. And when you go back, you really see things differently in that, for example, there are some things which you took for granted, for example, homemade food, and then you go out there and you realize how important they are.
While my parents were worrying about me if I'm having fun, when I called them and I was telling them about my experiences and about what I did every day, they were much more calm about the whole situation. They weren't worrying about me the whole time. And I think it's one of the best things that you can still communicate with your parents no matter what.
If you want to become your better self, you should definitely apply to UWC and explore all the possibilities that await you.
I definitely recommend joining a UWC because it just really encourages you to keep an open mind, learn many new people, and every person that you meet there has something to teach you, whether it's their culture, their language, values of their own.
I've created so many experiences and so many memories already, and it's just been the first term. And I'm really excited to see like what the future holds.
this is something you can't really explain to someone who hasn't gone to UWC yet. It's how much more it is, and that is not just about having deep friendships or going well academically. UWC experience, it's so much more, and you really learn to grow, and you really understand your priorities and what you really want in life, but as well of like more optimistic about the direction that the world is going and like the change that we can make.